Hey there guys, welcome back to the channel. Well, I just finished up filming my last video that I posted for you guys, and I said I had a lot to do. I thought I would show you what I have to work on, and then also at the same time multitask and kind of talk to you what I wanted to talk about. Well, what I had originally planned to talk about until, you know, MTG threw a wrench in that plan, but that's okay. And but anyway, let me show you what I'm working on right now, and then we'll get into the discussion. So as you can see beyond this wheelbarrow here, this is one of my corral areas, and then this here is just a second little area. And originally it was supposed to be for the dogs, in case I had to, for some reason, separate them from the livestock. And this is their outdoor area. So this is each side here. But this little lady right here, she doesn't get along with Patricia, my goat. They're actually way out there grazing right now. So I have to now keep them separate, and they just live their little separate lives out here. And what I try to do is give them, so she kind of paired up with Violet, one of the other goats. They get along together, so they hang out in here. So I let them out to graze for a good part of the day, and then hi Mr. Roundup. And then when they come in, I let these guys go back out. But see, these guys get to stay out during the night, so they're out a lot more than these two, so I usually give them a lot of time. But anyway, back in here, as you saw in this part right over here, those are their little goat houses right there on this side and over there. But as you can see over here, they have nothing. Now, they'd probably be fine, but you know, I'm just that kind of person where total mom, I want to make sure they have shelter. So there's not a lot of room to drag one of those inside here. So my plan is to clean up this big mess of hay right here, which builds up very, very fast. And I'm going to take one of those houses. I would take the plywood off the top. I'm going to take one of those houses. I'm going to flip it so that the opening is here. And I'm actually going to have to go in and cut this hog fencing so that they can access into that house from this side over here. The wind picks up and it comes through here, so they don't really have a lot of break from that. And that's primarily why I want to put it in here for them. So my goal is to turn that one around so they can go in and tuck in over there, but they'll still be separated from these folks over here. So this may not look like a lot, but man, it takes a long time. So I'm going to talk to you guys about what I wanted to talk about while I do that. So here we go. Okay, so I know this isn't like a up close and personal talk like it is when I'm in my car, but again, for me to do that in my car is just like me taking some luxury time out for myself to do it. But what I wanted to talk about before Marjorie Taylor Greene butted in with her big news, which I'm still excited about. Be interesting to see where that goes. I wanted to talk about what we witnessed yesterday in the Oval Office. First, I want to say I cannot believe how many podcasters and news reporters I have seen talking about, oh, well, you know, they just managed to find some common place and it got along really well. Come on, people, you know, come on. Really? I can just tell you this, and I'm going to probably come from a more personal place, and it actually is a lot of times where I come from with my feelings about who Trump is as a person, not as a president, but as a person. And why out of the 3 times he ran, only this last time was the time he got my vote, and that was because I was supporting RFK Jr. But this guy he has no moral compass at all, like none. So when I see something like that happened yesterday, where he's, oh, you know what? You go ahead and tell that reporter you think I'm a fascist. It's just easier. Go ahead. that is, I mean, fascist is a way to rule a government, right? A socialist is a economic term. They really don't have, they're not a thing like competing directly against each other. But when I saw that, I was like, this is disgusting. Like when you eat too many pieces of candy out of the C's box, too much chocolate. It was so gummy, sweet, gross, and so obvious to me what was going on. Even though MAMDANI, I guess, called for the meeting, first of all, you had Trump just call for the assassination, hanging of 6 Democrats, what was it, a night or 2 nights before that meeting. And I'm pretty sure the more he does, the more people, whatever side you're on, are going to start going, what is this guy doing? Like, he is really losing his, you know what. And I think he's losing his common sense, what if he had any. And I think if we want to look at this from a strategic point of view, which is the way he's looking at it, he's a business guy. He doesn't care if this guy wants to serve toilet water to New Yorkers. He doesn't care, because he doesn't care about anybody but himself. So this whole, I think we can get along, I think we have more in common than either of us thought, is bullshit. Trump's there because you know why? How many properties does he have in New York? And this guy is someone who is basically saying, well, I'm Robin Hood. I'm gonna take from the rich and give to the poor. Well, who's the rich in New York? Trump is. He's got a lot of property there. Trump Tower, all of that. So, in my opinion, I think what we witnessed was Trump going, wait a minute. If this guy's gonna play Robin Hood, I better do what I can as the POTUS to suck up to this guy and, get on his good graces so he doesn't rob me blind feeding all the poor people there. And there's a lot of poor people in New York. So I don't think it had anything to do with them seeing more in common than they thought. I think it had everything to do with him protecting his assets. And I think MAMDANI, I think he's still going to do what he plans to do. Maybe since Trump brought him in, put him under his wing a little bit, sweetened him up, protected him in front of the press. Maybe MAMDANI will offer a little lube with what he's going to do to him. But I don't think he has any intention to take it easy on Trump at all. And just like all those things happen, I mean, look at what happened with, well, him and Putin go back and forth. But, the Alaska summit, everybody was like, oh my gosh, look how cool they're getting along and maybe we can find some peace with this. And then the next minute he's, funding more to Ukraine to bomb the crap out of him. It has nothing to do with morals. It's all money and what they can get from it. And I think you got to see a side of Trump that is what he pulls out of his back pocket when he needs to get what he wants. I think he's done this probably with a lot of people. I think he actually probably did it with RFK Jr. too. Oh yeah, you can be Joey. Oh my gosh, he's eating turkey poop. You can be head of HHS, yeah, of course. And just pull out, don't take away my votes, which Kennedy was kind of doing. And we'll bring you in, sure. But wouldn't that be funny if Kennedy's party ended up hosting, like I said in my last video, a lot of this purple wave to get some of these MAGA, cult people out of the White House. Be interesting. But that's my take on it. I was mostly just kind of grossed out by it because it was so fake. I didn't take it as, oh, they got along. I think it's a bunch of BS, to be honest with you. So anyway, I got a lot of work to do, but you guys will be seeing this on Sunday. So happy Sunday and take care.